Hello, who are you?
This is Zarifa Ghafari from Afghanistan, Mayor of Maidan Wardak province.
Your job is an extremely dangerous job. It is necessary as a woman to be very brave to do what you do. Can you talk about your job?
My job is really like somehow full of problems for me. But it's interesting, it's very amazing, and I love it because I am a female mayor for the first time for a province where it's still not so safe, like it's a war-torn province. I am a female mayor of a province where no woman has the right, like still more than 80% of this women living in they are deprived from education rights, from walking outside, from their all like humanitarian rights. It's I'm mayor of a province where still people don't believe women and don't believe women of like to come out and to get part in society and take place there. I am really, really proud of my job. Besides, it's really dangerous. It's not so safe. It's really full of problems, social problems, political problems as well, somehow security, and most of other like cultural. So, but still, I love my job because I'm the only woman coming out of office, roaming around city, like prizing some men, prizing a group of men, punishing a group of men, and somehow getting like involved with a big group of men who are not so pleased to have a me female mayor, but they are still like right now they're working with me, they're in touch with me. I'm in love with my job.
You were appointed in 2018, but you weren't allowed to take up the role immediately. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I for 9 months I wasn't able to join my office and being announced to my office. It was really tough. It was full of problem moments for me. I went through a competitive process. I got degree of president, but still some groups of mafia and one or two person involved with government as well. They were like making problem for me because this specific aim which was important like which was for them, it was like they were not able to accept a female mayor to be there and work with them and then get in touch there. They were afraid of a female one to come because they will face somehow they will get their personal benefits to be harmed, and they knew it that I won't be agree for like anything out of legal process and legal laws. So they were like making problems, and but I never lost my hope. I was just fighting for it. I went through a long way, and I went through a long lasting struggles, and this was somehow full of problems for me too, but thankfully I have done with it. I was like really I had a long trouble. I have lots of struggles, and finally after 9 months I got done with it and I was announced to my office, and this was great. It was like first time in all government, like it was after many years that someone is struggling for the same position for as a right for herself, but I got it. I really like I'm appreciating like everything, especially the full support that I got from local people to social media when I wrote my first post in social media, and I asked people to help me, to support me, to get my right. They were all around country, and I can say that all around the world people were there to support me. And finally the president, Dr. Mohammed Ashraf Ghani, thankfully himself was really so serious about this, and after 9 months what he got real situation related to my position or not being announced to my office, he was so nice to me, and he made everything solved, and I got announced to my office.
So tell us about some of your successes in this new position.
Thankfully, I have really like I got 9 months. Like it's my 10th month working in my office, but I have lots of things, and I'm very proud of it. Besides, like working in a new office, working with a staff that in first day of my joining office, they were not ready to work with me. Like when I entered my office, all of them came out of office, and I was the only one inside office. And like due between 1 week, like during 1 week, these all went, like these all situations went around, and I had lots of problems with it. Beside of this, and like it got lots of time to make these people believe me and to work with me. After like being so good to my office, like so famous to my office and familiar to everything, I started job for what I'm appointed for. And therefore, I got we have done around 13 project of development since I Susi in the case of urban planning and urban development. We have run more than ever, like we have more than ever these projects were somehow like a new record inside this office of municipality, as we were like in past years, every year there was just one or two project run. So but this year when I started my work, we got 13 projects done as well. Right now, I am not the only woman entering municipality office. There are 10 female officials working with the municipality office and coming every day, coming to office and going back home. It's really great achievement, and I'm proud of it. At the same time, we are like in the case of revenues, we have 64% increase. That it is amazing somehow. For last year, the municipality office of Maidan, like before my joining to office, they had 14 millions around. But right now, this year we had 76 millions, 26 million Afghani. And this is great achievement, and I'm proud of it. And more of them. Like right now, we are working on a base, like underground market, which has more than 16 shops, and it will be for women. Women, they like in a province, in a city where people are not, like women are not allowed to come out and get part in society, women there will have a market to have their stuffs there and to buy it, and
So you
more like that.
So you have been a very big champion of women in your role, haven't you? And you're very keen on promoting female education. Outside supporting women, you're also leading campaigns on cleaning up the area, litter control. Can you give some more examples of specific projects?
Actually, I have an NGO as well. I have a radio station by the name of Pirla. Pirla is a Pashto word, which means young girl. Through this media, through this radio station, we are promoting women rights and women awareness, like rights awareness for people around, and especially educational awareness for women and legal awareness. The same time, I have an NGO by the name of Afghan Women Assistance and Promotion for Afghan Women, which is like working for education and economical developments and assistance for women. Beside this, working as a mayor and then promoting women for educational rights, for their economical sustainability, it's amazing for me. And I'm somehow like I don't know that how much I'll be champion for others, but as for myself, I'm somehow I'm agree. I'm happy for whatever I'm doing, because I think that if I do this all, there were like at least there will be 10 or 15 women all around the country. They were like who will look after me, who will just follow me. And if I Like if I be an example for 10 more, so this will be like 10 more will try to be like me and to be same like me. So this will continue, and maybe after 10 or 4 or 15 years or maybe 20 years later, we could have money Zarifas in a country, and they will fight for right, and they will fight for education right, for economical right, and especially for women right.
You've achieved some terrific things, but the context in which you operate is so dangerous. There's been the unveiling by the Washington Post journalist Craig Whitlock of so many lies have been told around the war of the 18-year war of Afghanistan. And the Americans are really nervous about how many soldiers that they've lost, quite rightly so. Over 150,000 people have been lost in this war. Nonetheless, if and when the American troops withdraw, it leaves a situation where security will be even more challenged. It's not an easy situation. Your country is made up of a lot of different ethnic groups, tribalism, and this makes the challenge of doing jobs like yours pretty extreme. In terms of your day-to-day work, could you maybe talk about any threats to your security? I mean, you mentioned to the, I think it was the New York Times, that rather terrifyingly you await your assassination. God forbid that that happens. But can you explain how you feel all the more threatened?
Actually, let me start answering this question from American troops, and then this what is going on in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is not facing just war with one person or a group. It's international tourism involved here, and this is like somehow that international community should face it. We have internationally problems around, and I think the international community should help it as a part of this nice world, because if Afghanistan is not safe, so I think there will be much problems for every country all around the world, because this is a part of, if you can imagine this world as a body, so like a part of this body when gets pain, so whole body will be like painful for everyone. The same time, withdrawal of American troops or any international troops, it will be like something that it will happen one day, maybe today or tomorrow, or maybe 1 year back, 1 year after 1 year. So, but what is important, it's about what we have now. Thankfully, we have troops, we have military groups, we have so good security forces. So we believe that they will be able to make a space so fine for girls and for women like me to work for their country. And especially when I came to myself, I really face problems, security issues. Like somehow I'm not feeling myself so safe inside my office too, because there's lots of problems all around. But I think this security issues, these problems won't make any problem for me, and would be a big challenge to stop my work, to stop doing best for my country and for my people, because it's something natural. If we come and see, like look after the all developments around the world, especially those developed countries around the world. This is not something natural. Like developed countries all made by their people, their citizens. So I think as a citizen of this country, as a girl of this country, as a daughter of this land, it's my like somehow it's my responsibility to get involved and to do my all best. And I hope every Afghan would have the same idea, and they will do their level best for this land.
Masood Andrabi is your Minister for the Interior. Could there maybe be a shout out to him to supply some bodyguards for you?
Actually, uh, by the decree of president, we have every mayor should have two security guards. Um, but during 10 months, beside asking for it too many times, uh, unfortunately, I couldn't get any positive reply. But I think somehow it's a we have a big system, but we have problem inside system. Like when I went to governor's office, he will pass it to chief of police. Chief of police will pass it to another one. And actually, after so many offices, getting to so many offices, finally we will get a negative response. The most biggest problems inside Afghan government is bureaucracy and same time not being so responsible for their what they are facing and what they are appointed for. But I think it's okay. It's it's my land and it's happening all around. Like many others, I can also walk so normally, and I think I believe something that every human being is like dying one day, maybe today or tomorrow. But I love to die without I wanna die as a someone who can who will remain in history. I want to die as someone who people will still remember him or her after like death as well. So for this, I think I would love to continue my job, and uh, but I at the same time I believe that when I'm so good to my people and people are in love with me and they are happy for me and for having me, so I won't face any problem because people will be like themselves a good security for me and they will like managing everything. And uh, seriously, I'm not so afraid, not so afraid of anything else, but I'm really afraid of mafia who are still involved in inside local governance and they are like uh, dealing for their own benefits. This is a big challenge, but I hope it will also be done. Be okay with it.
Can you talk a little bit more of your context? For example, I believe that in the Maidan Shahr area, is it mostly Pashtun? The
Yeah, it's mostly Pashtun.
85% Pashtun. Can you talk of the different ethnic groups within your province, but also in Afghanistan overall? I mean, one of the big criticisms within the international media of Western intervention in Afghanistan is that they didn't understand the context. So this interview is a great opportunity to explain a little bit about Afghanistan.
Oh, this country is like so lovely. This so beautiful, with a great natural view, with a great natural uh, ethnics all around. It's really, really nice country, with a great weather, with many delicious foods, like everything. It's so nice. But when it comes to it's more than 40 years, we can say it's more than 50 years that war is running around. So definitely it will have their effects, it will have its effects directly to any parts, like to culture, to social, and to any other specific area and part. But about this like groups and I could say like tribes, we have more than 30 languages inside Afghanistan, and Pashto and Dari is official one. Inside my province where I'm working, we have the most we have it's Pashtun, Hazara, and Tajik. So these three groups all like when it comes to local people, it's all fine. Local people won't have any problem in between, and they are going to be so nice to each other. But sometimes, if we have problems in this case, it's about all those political leaders, those social elders who are like somehow thinking that the benefit of everything is just to get involved with such things, and like to make problems in these cases, and they are going to rise vices and problems in the case of like discrimination. When it comes to political leaders, to group elders, to social elders, like it's somehow a habit for them to seek their benefits, and these cases to make problems around, and then like to use this natural things among people around. So, and that's right now, people inside Afghanistan, they are also so aware of these all, and they are also somehow knowing everything. So, mostly local people are also like aware of these all political games and everything. So, right now it's good, it's so fine, and thankfully, it's Afghanistan is not the one which was at least 20 years back. Right now, we have everything a bit good, a bit brighter than yesterday. Like when it comes to uh, social issues, when it comes to political issues, to every like economical, to every section, we are right now so good. Like, uh, let me tell you that for the first time, Afghanistan is going to have two deputy ministries, female, one to Interior Office Ministry and one to Defense Ministry, and it's something amazing. It's itself is a hope for future, and a hope for having a bright one in the upcoming years, or maybe like generations.
So this is fantastic news. You've also explained a little bit more about the ethnic context and your local context. Afghanistan, I believe, sits surrounded by 5 countries. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah.
The Pashtun ethnic group, there are 50 million across the world. What percentage of your population of 39 million are Pashtun?
As like the newest survey, they are more than 70% inside
More than
country
70.
Afghanistan.
Now, could you please describe all the different warring elements within Afghanistan so that our audience can get a grasp of how complicated it is?
Okay, I can say it's not only Taliban.
Mhm.
There are international mafia groups. There are like we are having Haqqani, Al Qaeda, Taliban, and nowadays Daesh, ISIS, and how like all the groups which are rising from like all around the world from different parts, they are getting involved with the all these problems inside Afghanistan. Right now we are not dealing with just with Taliban. When it like right now just in these days, we are seeking for a peace agreement with Taliban. But in same time, we have the like we have a problem, and we are gonna have news all around the country that there are Daesh coming up and they're rising. So I think war in Afghanistan wouldn't end, because Afghanistan is a country in the heart of Asia.
Mhm.
So like having controlled to this country, and having this country under control will make you to have control all around the like Central Asia countries, and this will be like somehow nice. This, and especially Afghanistan is a country so economically rich, like naturally. We have mines, we have so good like nature, and like somehow we have everything so nice. So I think till till we are like, as we are living here as a heart of Asia, and till we are not able to have like to till that time that we are not having a good economical as well, social, political, everything, situation, and every situation so good. So I think we will face this war, and this war inside this country won't ever end. But we hope that coming generations will rise up with a new idea. I think, like I am in my family, I'm third or fourth generation. So I believe that uh, if I get married and I get my sons and daughters, they will be different than me, and they will do more than me. So the only hope is just to wait and to wait to do and see that how new generation will come, and how they will if make efforts, and how they will face problems, and they will solve issues all around. So we really wish for the best, and we really hopeful for the coming years or for coming generations. And finally, the most important thing that uh, whatever we are facing, it's not something from Afghans to Afghans. It's from others, from foreigners, from international communities, and from international tourism, from international mafia groups to Afghan people. So
So,
I hope we could like at least at after many years, at least after 50 years right now, we could like solve our problems to international community as well.
so despite the fact that the US have spent $1 trillion on this 18-year war so far, and you would still say, because of the impact that this could have on the international community if they withdrew, that they should stay in the war, and because it is necessary for the world.
Actually, let me answer you directly. I think I believe like somehow I believe this will be a bit no one will talk about these issues so frankly. But as I think it's my responsibility as an ambassador of new generation of my country, somehow it's my responsibility to talk of facts and all realities around. Yeah, we are thankful to US. We are thankful to international community. But whatever they did, like how much money they spent in my country, it was like they spend it and not in a so good way. They mostly they were like, you know, a normal soldier of US troops inside Afghanistan. They are have they are like having monthly salary of $1,000, more like thousands of dollars. So whatever they brought to my country, they got it back to like to themselves, and they got it back to their country. Uh, Beside this, in Afghanistan, in a country which was facing war, I think it was so good to work in somehow to work for economical developments, like to especially to work on mines, to get like done with the stuffs, whatever we are having inside my country, to develop this, not to bring something from out of country. Like mostly we use lots of money to some projects which like they had a short period of um, like impacts, and uh, this is the worst thing that is done to my country. Like example I can tell you, when we are talking about women rights, so, like, there are many projects from USAID, from UN, from IOM, from US Embassy, from like not US Embassy, like from many embassies, from Russia, from every like, and they're what they're doing. They're just collecting, and they're getting students from universities, and they're making a gathering and a workshop for them, and they're talking of women rights for educated girls who are who are studying in universities. And I think this is the worst. If we are talking of women rights, if we are talking of women, and we are talking of new things. So I think we should talk of these all to rural areas, to those women who are not educated, who to those women who are still not aware of their rights. So talking of rights, talking of new things to university students, I think it's something that like not so good, and I think this project is somehow fails. uh, like it was an example. So we will face many of this, like uh, still Afghanistan is not so safe. Let me tell you something. When American troops came to Afghanistan at 2001 and 2002, so the Taliban group went like out of the country, and they were just around the country and staying in borders. Like from cities, we just pushed them to districts, to rural areas, and we didn't try to clean it up from rural areas. And this was a great mistake, and a biggest mistake that we still are facing terrible time for it. I think if we was somehow able to clean them like full and final. So I think this all 18 years we won't be like paying price. So like we made many mistakes. Like uh, beside this, let me tell you something that when American and troops and international community as well new government got involved inside Afghanistan, there were like some groups inside country that they were not so good to people, and they were like, I can tell you, they were like somehow warlords. And like they like international community and US government, they thought that getting these people involved to government and giving and bringing them to power and getting them involved, this will be good. But unfortunately, it wasn't so good. We just it was like a bad experience. We are facing problems from that warlords as well inside my country. That they were like 18 years back, they were just living in mountains, they were just around, they were just not able to come to cities and then get take part in problems. But right now they are directly involved, they're having money, they are having power, they're somehow challenging all the government. So, and many like this, many other like this, there were lots of problems and lots of mistakes. But I think still, beside this all, we believe that it's not a war of Afghans to Afghans. It's an international war going around in my country. So we need the international community to be involved and to get done this all.
Imran Khan recently met with Donald Trump at Davos.
Yeah.
If you had been at that meeting as leader of Afghanistan, what would you have said to both of them?
Oh, I would have a message to Imran Khan. And the message was uh, we know and we believe that most of terrorist groups are going to be fanned from Pakistan, and they are going to rise inside the country, inside Pakistan. So my message was to him like, if if your daughter was living in my country and still she was deprived of education, right, still she had lots of problems and then getting done with her life. So what would be your feeling? How you would feel? Your daughter is so safe, your family is safe, and you are also safe. But in my country, my president is also not safe because of money problems around. Me, myself, I'm not so safe. I'm not so safe, and I'm not like I don't believe that like whenever I'm coming out of home and going to my office, I'm not so sure that I will come alive back to my home. So, and this problem is somehow, this problem is related to Pakistan government and to all the intelligence office of Pakistan, ISI. So they are a big part of my country, and my country's problems. So I can't tell you that I will ask one question or I will tell him just one sentence, because whenever I face him, I will ask him for many things, because Pakistan is the biggest headache for Afghanistan right now. And
Uh,
my message for Donald Trump, uh, for him, I was like, just uh, I don't know that why, I think, but I believe he's somehow trying to face things so uh, carelessly. And I think it's not the time. If we are if Donald Trump and all U.S. government wants to have a result of 18 years war running in Afghanistan, so they could help us to get done with everything, to have a peaceful life, at least for a few years, because we are really tired of this war.
the BBC voted you as one of 100 women, inspiring women. Can you talk about that?
Oh yeah, it was great. I was one of 100 women on that list, and it was really really nice for me. The thing that I loved, it was like uh, uh, I got myself somehow important, and somehow like I got that right now I have more responsibilities. It was amazing. Uh, Beside being happy, having a feel of responsibility, it was like okay, finally, it was amazing for me. Whatever I'm doing, it's something that I love to do to find my country as a citizen. And I think whatever I'm doing, it's something normal. But when it comes to people, they are really prizing me, and this gives me more motivation.
You've had quite a journey within your education. You went to the University of the Punjab, I think, to study for an MA in economics. How was it like being outside Afghanistan?
For the first time, like uh, I was 16 years old when I decided to go out and to study abroad. I'm the only female all around my family, like maternal and paternal, both, to go out and to study abroad. Uh, like still some of my family, like family members, like my paternal family members, they are still having problem to my family. Like they're still not too good to my family, because they thinks that why a girl went out for many years, and why still a girl is just roaming around and working as a mayor and getting involved with politics and these all. Somehow it's a problem inside Afghanistan, and it's something normal. But for me, it was challengeful for the first year when I was there, and I was like for 6 or 7 years, around six and seven, around 7 years. In India, I was studying my bachelor and master's both there, and it was a nice experience being there, being among um, uh, many people from different countries, different cultures, different ethnic groups. It was great, and I learned a lot there. I learned a lot and a lot there, and besides my education, I got many things to do. So nice, and was good to me. But like my family went through difficulties, because everyone were just pointing my family that, oh, you have a daughter outside studying, so like somehow my family were like having pressure all around, but they were so strong to face it. And thankful, I'm thankful for my family.
Clearly, you have a very supportive family.
Gratefully.
During the course of your life so far, who inspired you, influenced you the most outside your family to do the work you do, to be so brave?
Let me tell you frankly, I have a friend. I have a very best friend who is my business partner as well. He is like we are so good friends. We are having family relations as well. He is working as a director of information and culture for the same province where I'm working as a mayor, and he is working to government since 12 years, and he knows all about things. And I met her maybe it was just 5 years back when I met him. When I met him, he just started to supporting me continuously, and he was the biggest inspiration for me. And he already pushed me to do things. Being a mayor to and working to government, it wasn't something my choice. I did this, and I went through this as my friend asked me, and he was like. He put many pressures on me to accept this, to go through this position. And right now he is also proud of me, and he's coming to me and he's saying, see, I was telling you that one day you will do this, so and you will make all these grades. And I am saying that, oh yeah. And he is really really best one for me, and his name is Bashir. uh, Bashir is my biggest inspiration and supporter, and I really really respect him.
You clearly, in your position, meet many people on a daily basis. You also have to interact with some pretty high level politicians. Out of everybody that you haven't met so far, alive or dead, who would you like to meet? And what question would you like to ask that person?
Oh, there are like two, three, four, five. So I will start from the one. Um, First, I would like to meet Angela Merkel, and I will ask her that that what made her so brave. She's great one. I love her. The way she is, the way she is like involved with politics and getting done with things. I really love it. Second, I would love to meet Ivanka Trump. She
Really?
is really, yeah, she's really, really nice. And I will ask her that what made her so beautiful. Like she's beautiful. And like it's in case and the same time I will love to meet Obama and Michelle Obama. They are also so good because uh, having first time a president with different like from a different ethnic groups. So for US, it needs some more effort. So I will ask Obama that what made him to dissolve. It was something amazing for the first time in history of US to have such a president. So I really I need to know about, like I wanna know about something different and new that I never knew it, and no one like was there to know it. And those who are dead, I love to like if he was alive, we had a president, Dr. Najibullah Ahmad Zaid. uh, I wanted to meet him, and I wanted to ask him that what made him so nice to his country, and why he couldn't survive, and he couldn't still like uh, what what was the real reason beside all his bravery and all that he came down, and he was martyred, and he was like he is not still alive. And uh, I will ask, like, I love to meet, if I he was alive, I love to meet Amanullah Khan, the king of independence in Afghanistan. And because I was asking, I love to ask him that uh, uh, yeah, there were lots of problems, but why he left Afghanistan? Why he went abroad? Why he didn't face? Why he didn't say, like, whatever right now Dr. Mohammed Ashraf Ghani is facing? He's also facing lots of problems, nationally, internationally, from both sides. But he's facing it. He's not leaving everything just uh but Amallah left everything. Like, he started a fight, he started a way, but he when he came to like at least to the center of it, he just left everything and he just went out. I think I believe, as someone who knows about this history of Afghanistan a little bit more, I believe that if he was able to say a bit more, to face things a bit more, like 100 years back, so right now Afghanistan was a different one. So these are my, like, I wish to meet this person, and and at least I believe that I wouldn't be able to meet the dead ones, but I love to meet at least once in my life to these who are alive, and to ask these questions, and to get, whenever I got this chance of meeting to them, and I got my answers, I really, really will publish it on social media as well. I will send it to you as well. Yeah.
Mayor Zafari Ghafari, thank you so much for your time. I am so happy to have met you, and thank you for moving the human story forward. It's been an absolute honor.
Thank you so much. It's an honor for me, and I am really, really happy. And it was really good talking to you. And somehow I talked like unofficially, and I talked whatever I feel in my heart. So I hope it will make your time, and it will be useful for you and other people all around the country, like my country in Afghanistan, and all around the world, who will watch this video, who will continue being so nice to their community, to their country, and finally to their world.
Thank you so much.